Hello there, my dear garden friends. If you're anything like me, you've stood on your porch, looked out at that little corner by the window, and wondered, is there still a way to grow something beautiful here? Well, yes, absolutely yes. No matter your age, your space, or even your soil, container gardening is our quiet invitation to keep growing in every sense of the word. And if your knees aren't what they used to be, or bending down isn't quite as easy as it once was, don't worry. Everything we'll talk about today is designed with you in mind. I'm going to guide you through practical, heartwarming ways to create your own little garden, right where you are. No yard needed, no digging required. So grab your favorite cup of tea, settle in somewhere cozy, and let's dig into something beautiful together. Oh, and if you enjoy uplifting, senior-friendly gardening tips, don't forget to subscribe to Meaningful Living. You're going to love what's coming next. Why container gardening is perfect for seniors. Let's take a quiet moment together and talk about why container gardening is such a gentle, beautiful gift, especially for those of us with a few more birthdays under our belts. First, it's kind to the body. There's no need to kneel for hours or wrestle with heavy soil. Your containers can live exactly where you need them, on a bench, a raised table, or even a rolling cart that follows the sun. And if your back or knees sometimes whisper, this used to be easier. Well, container gardening listens. It lets you grow with ease, without pain. Second, it gives you full control. You're not at the mercy of whatever soil nature gave you. You choose the soil, the pots, the plants, everything tailored to your comfort and joy. Dreaming of a shady nook full of soft ferns? You can have that. Wishing for cherry tomatoes by the kitchen door? You can grow those too. And third, container gardens fit anywhere. Downsized to a condo? Living in a cozy home? Maybe just greening up a little balcony or porch? There's always room for something beautiful to bloom. Container gardening reminds us that no matter where we are in life, there's still space to grow. Still time for color, for joy, for nurturing something living and lovely. The thriller filler spiller method. Now here's where the real fun begins. Design. And don't worry, you don't need to be a landscape artist to make something beautiful. Let me introduce you to a little magic trick that gardeners love. It's called the thriller filler spiller method. And it's as simple as it is stunning. Here's how it works. First, the thriller. This is your tall, show-stopping plant. Something bold and proud that draws the eye. Think ornamental grasses, tall lilies, salvia. Something that stands tall and says, "Look at me." Next, the filler. These are your mid-sized plants that fill in the middle space. Begonias, coleus, geraniums, nothing too flashy, but full of texture and life. They create harmony, bring balance, and make the container feel full and rich. And finally, the spiller. These are the trailing beauties that cascade gently over the sides. Sweet potato vines, ivy, or trailing petunias. They soften the edges and give your arrangement that graceful, flowing look. Now, why is this method so perfect for us older gardeners? Because it works every time. It takes the guesswork out of arranging. Just 3 types of plants, 1 container, and the result? A magazine-worthy display that brings joy with less work. And let's be honest, the simpler the plan, the more we enjoy the process. Less bending, less planting, less fuss, more beauty. Choosing the right containers. Let's talk about the foundation of your garden, the containers themselves. Because as we grow older, comfort and practicality start to matter just as much as beauty. No one wants to deal with pots that are too heavy to move, or ones that crack after a cold snap. Here are some container options that have served me well over the years. Terracotta pots. They have a classic, earthy charm, and they let your plants breathe. But they dry out quickly and don't handle frost well. If you use them, bring them inside when it gets cold. Plastic pots. Lightweight and easy on the joints. They're a great choice if you like to move things around. Just be sure to choose the UV-resistant kind, so they don't crack in the sun. Glazed ceramic. Elegant and functional. They hold moisture well and look beautiful on a porch or front step. Just keep in mind, they can be a bit heavy. Wooden planters. There's something warm and welcoming about cedar or redwood. If you enjoy a little handiwork, you can even build your own. Just make sure there's good drainage, or the wood may rot over time. Fiberglass. Tough, lightweight, and weatherproof. They're easy to clean and perfect for both indoors and outdoors. Repurposed containers. This is where your creativity can shine. An old watering can, a vintage boot, even a chipped teacup, with a little drainage hole at the bottom. Anything can become a planter, and every one of them tells a story. Here's a little tip I've learned the hard way. If you're working with large or heavy pots, place them on wheel plant stands. It makes moving them a breeze, and your back will thank you. Top 10 smart and easy container gardening ideas. Now let's get to the heart of today's topic. 10 container garden ideas that are easy, beautiful, and kind to your body. Whether you're a lifelong gardener or just rediscovering the joy of growing things, these ideas are meant to inspire. The Herbal Breakfast Bar. There's something lovely about stepping outside in your slippers and clipping fresh herbs for your morning tea or eggs. Place small pots of basil, mint, thyme, or parsley on a sunny windowsill or near the back door. No digging, no bending, just a little sunlight and a pair of scissors. The sensory salad planter. In a wide, shallow container. Mix soft lamb's ear, colorful lettuces, and blooming chives. This little garden delights the senses, texture, scent, and gentle movement. It's especially comforting for anyone with memory challenges or limited mobility. The blooming staircase. Have steps leading up to your home or a plant stand. Line them with flower pots, tallest on top, maybe zinnias or cosmos, and shorter plants like daisies in the middle, with trailing petunias at the base. It's a simple way to add a burst of color using height instead of floor space. The Patio vegetable patch. Yes, you can grow vegetables in pots, and it's easier than it sounds. Use large containers for cherry tomatoes, dwarf beans, or peppers. Add a trellis for support and tuck in marigolds to help keep pests away. Fresh food. Grown right outside your door. The Shady Nook. Not every garden needs full sun. If you've got a cool, shaded corner, try ferns, hostas, or coleus in soft-toned pots. Add a little statue or bird bath, and you've created a peaceful woodland retreat right on your porch. The memory lane planter. Some of the most meaningful gardens aren't made with things from the store. Pull out an old teapot, a worn boot, or your grandfather's toolbox. Add a bright bloom. Attach a little tag with a memory, and now your garden holds not just plants, but stories. The citrus surprise. Yes, even citrus can thrive in a container. Dwarf lemon or lime trees do well in big pots with lots of sun. They offer fragrant blossoms and bright little fruits, like a breath of the tropics. No plane ticket required. The bird and butterfly buffet. Plant zinnias, lavender, milkweed, or coneflowers, and you'll soon have visitors. Butterflies flutter in, birds drop by, and suddenly your garden is full of life and movement. It's a gift that gives something new each day. The Minimalist Zen Pot. Sometimes one dramatic plant is all you need. Choose a clean, simple container and add something bold, like a tall ornamental grass or a white hydrangea. A few smooth stones or a bamboo stick complete the scene. It's calm, focused, and peaceful. The Upcycled garden gallery. Old drawers, crates, even rusty buckets. With a little imagination, they become art. Mount them, stack them, fill them with cheerful blooms. This kind of garden is full of character. And just like you, completely one of a kind. Watering and soil tips. Now that you've picked your plants and your pots, let's talk about what keeps them thriving, good soil, and smart watering. This is where the real magic happens. First things first, don't use regular dirt from the yard. It's heavy, it holds too much water, and it can carry pests or disease. Instead, choose a high-quality potting mix made specifically for containers. It's light, drains well, and gives your roots room to breathe. Once your plants are tucked in, cover the top layer of soil with a little mulch or moss. This helps hold in moisture and gives your container a neat, finished look. It also keeps weeds down, which means less work for you later. Every pot should have a saucer underneath to catch extra water. But, and this is important, don't let your containers sit in standing water for too long. Roots need air just as much as they need water. Soggy soil can do more harm than good. Water early in the morning or in the cooler hours of late afternoon. That way, your plants have time to soak it in before the sun dries it all away. And here's a little tip from experience. Small containers dry out faster, especially in the heat. If you sometimes forget to water, or just don't feel like going outside every day, consider using slow drip watering spikes or even a reused plastic bottle with holes poked in the cap. It does the job gently, even while you rest in your favorite chair. Accessibility hacks for senior gardeners. Gardening should be a joy, not a strain. And with just a few thoughtful adjustments, we can keep it that way. Start by bringing the garden up to you. Use raised stands or hanging baskets at chest height. That means no bending, no stretching, no stress on your back or knees. Choose lightweight pots, especially if you live in a windy area or like to rearrange things now and then. Lighter pots are easier to move and much easier on your joints. Prefer to sit while you work? Keep a foam knee pad or a sturdy garden stool nearby. You'll be surprised how much more enjoyable gardening becomes when your body feels supported. Store your tools in a rolling cart or wear a garden apron with big pockets. Keeping everything within reach makes gardening smoother and safer. And don't be shy about asking for help. If a pot is too heavy or a bag of soil feels too bulky, let a neighbor or a grandchild lend a hand. That's not giving up. That's gardening smart. With a few simple changes, you can spend less time straining and more time enjoying the beauty you create. Final thoughts and farewell. Whether you're dreaming of fresh herbs on your windowsill, bursts of color on your front porch, or a quiet little corner filled with memories and ferns, container gardening is your personal invitation to keep growing. And it's never too late to begin. Not now. Not ever. Every pot you plant is more than just soil and seed. It's a reflection of you, a whisper of care, a little moment of creativity you've given back to the world. Every bloom, a gentle reminder that beauty still lives here, and that you still have so much to give. So go ahead, pick a container, scoop in the soil, and plant something lovely today. Because you don't need a big yard to have a big heart for gardening. If today's little gardening journey brought a smile to your face, I'd be honored if you'd give this video a like, subscribe to Meaningful Living, and maybe even share your own garden stories in the comments. We'd love to hear from you and to see what beauty you're growing. Until next time, keep blooming, keep smiling, and most of all, keep gardening.